Chris Bennett with an update for the Smokeout Tour, the Summer of Legalization Smokeout Tour with Marc Emery. And we have Marc on the phone. How are things going, Marc?
Well, so far so good. One arrest, one non-arrest, and I'm in Charlottetown, and it looks like it'll be a beautiful day tomorrow.
Nice, nice. So what's that put the tour at? 3 for 5, 3 arrests per 2 not arrests, or?
That's right. It seems to be perhaps the larger centers are not charging us, and the smaller centers are. I'm not sure if that's really going to be consistent, but I have been informed by the St. John's Telegram newspaper that the RCMP have decided that if I do come there and smoke out on Saturday, they will charge me. So
we can expect an arrest in Newfoundland.
That's right.
How did the police in Charlottetown treat you?
Well, I was just in Moncton, and the police in Moncton were fine. As always, the police are always polite in dealing with me, and it was a bit of a surprise that I was released after 3.5 hours, because initially I thought I'd have to wait till morning to get a bail hearing, but the officers decided to just let me go on their own recognizance on $50 bail.
Do you think that has anything to do with all the Pot TV fans that were phoning in and faxing info?
Yeah, it might have done that. All I ask people to do is, if they're going to do that, just be polite at all times and just indicate their concern or what have you, but don't get into any confrontations with the officers to make them annoyed. But it might have actually helped. You know, I don't know, maybe they don't want to hear the phone ringing all night long and stuff like that, too. So it's hard to say, but they're all pretty reasonable about it. But they're fairly firm. Like, I didn't think that we'd get charged in Moncton. I didn't see any police officers. But at 4:20 when I lit up, there were like 3 or 4 of them all of a sudden, and they moved in right away.
Well, that's a concern, but at least they let you out after a few hours. You didn't have to spend another night in jail.
Yeah, at 3.5 hours, and also it's on the front page of the Chronicle Herald in Moncton. It's on page 2 of the Transcript Telegraph, and it's in the French Acadian paper too, and there's a big picture in each area and quite a large article for each of the newspapers. So, and they address the facts correctly. So the people here are learning that, you know, the Ontario Court of Appeal did strike the law down. The federal government failed to comply with it, and these facts are getting out in ways that they would never normally get out. So the tour is a success to that degree, and I'm happy about that. And I've got, you know, trial dates that hopefully I'll be able to establish a precedent before a judge when I come back.
Good, good. Now, I understand in PEI there's already been some sort of decision relating to the Ontario decision. Isn't that right?
That's right. They threw out possession cases in Summerside, PEI, which is not quite the jurisdiction I'm in, but it might yet be influential. I haven't met any activists in Charlottetown, and I'm not sure we're going to get too many. I would like to hope there's at least 15 or 20, but it's hard to say.
Well, it's a college town, isn't it?
Well, it is, and but it depends, you know, on first of all, a lot of people are still nervous about even showing up in front of the police department and giving their support. So it's hard to say what will happen tomorrow, but I'll certainly be there either way, regardless of, you know, the attendance. If there's one person to talk to, I'll talk to that person, and you know, that's how I've left it all to the activist to things. So what you might want to do is get a message out there to anybody on the Prince Edward Island and make sure they're at. I'm not even sure what police department I'm in tomorrow or where I'm going, so I'll have to look that up.
Well, we'll try and find out that information and post that right away.
Yeah, so encourage anybody on the island to come on out. It's going to be a great day of weather, and you know, everybody usually enjoys the speech. I'm quite enjoying speaking to the crowd, and I feel a tremendous sense of Canadian unity, cannabis unity, as I go across the country. This is the 6th province I've been in now. And, you know, it's wonderful to see Canadians all across the country and coming out and getting excited. I went to a gas station today, and a guy recognized me at the gas station and said, "Hey, can you sign my newspaper?" And
nice.
Sign that. So, you know, and the thing is, he intuitively said, what you're doing is really good for us. Nice. And I think he meant both Canadians and the cannabis culture. So it's great to be here, and I don't mind going to jail to prove a point.
Yeah, well, what kind of crowd turned up for you in Moncton?
In Moncton, we probably had about 40 people. And we had a large media contingent there, probably a little larger than Halifax and maybe a little larger than Saskatchewan. CBC wanted to interview me beforehand for a live feed, but I couldn't do it because I really value speaking to the audience that shows up, and ultimately they're able to tape my speech and broadcast it anyway.
Oh, fascinating. And talked to John Woods yesterday. He's still in jail. He's feeling pretty bummed out and a lot of pain and stuff, he says, without his medicine. But he's going to hold his head high and try and do us all proud there.
Well, have you heard any what's going to happen there?
He still was kind of, when I talked to him yesterday, was unsure of exactly what was going on. He was waiting for a court date later this week and hoping to get out on that. But there's talk they may keep his $10,000 bail because of being off the premises that he was allowed to. He was supposed to stay in a certain confined area. And they say that an undercover agent saw him in some Dunkin' Donuts or something, and so they may keep his full $10,000 bail money based upon that.
And that was an outrageous amount for bail for someone who had a few plants in their place. That's shocking.
Yeah.
Well, we're trying to help John out too. I've indicated that I'm willing to give some money to a lawyer to help him get better preferential bail conditions, and ultimately people will just have to buy wholesale from Sweet Temptations.
That's right. Yeah. Contact Sweet Temptations, and if you're not going to donate, at least buy something, because these folks really need some cash. Last time I tried to talk to them, we're trying to raise money just to give the lawyer as a down payment, for representing him. So. It's been a difficult trail for him, for sure. We don't want to forget that. But, on to Charlottetown tomorrow. We'll be releasing the location for that. Anything else you want Pot TV viewers can do for you? You want them to fax ahead to Newfoundland, to the police, let them know about the law changes and stuff like that, or anything like that?
That's not a bad idea, to fax the RCMP the court decisions, as well as the Charlottetown police the court decisions, just so they're fully informed about what it is we're doing.
That's right. Okay, cool. We'll get people to do that, and the more the better. The success of the Summer of Legalization Smokeout Tour has been due to the Pot TV viewers. And Mark, I want you to know that while we're broadcasting this show today, we will be reaching 4 million views since we put the counter up a couple of years ago.
Well, listen, that's really great. And on top of which, we've had some people, a woman and her boyfriend came out by bus from London, Ontario to see me in Halifax and New Brunswick, and may well be here in Charlottetown. There were people from the United States who came up to Halifax to see me speak there, too. So we're drawing people to come for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours sometimes to get here. So
nice.
anybody wants to take a trip to Prince Edward Island to see me speak tomorrow, be welcome to come and join me.
And probably get to smoke some of that mystical blueberry that you've been packing around Canada.
Well, if I don't go to jail, we'll certainly celebrate after.